Welcome to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It's good to be back. Got a good one for y'all today. Great day of boxing. Some interesting endings. We hit on two of the three locks that I gave you. I gave y'all three locks of the week. Two of them hit. Would have been a perfect day had Bam gotten a knockdown. Had Cafu not tackled him. Had Cafu not tackled Bam Rodriguez. We would have hit all three because he would have gotten knocked down. One hit for me. Which one hit for you, Kingdom? Which one hit for you, my man? Oh. All right. I want to do a poll here. I'm gonna start a poll while y'all pour in. Red Eye live stream. I want to start a poll. How did y'all? Who did y'all score the fight for? Pac? Barrios? Draw. All right, guys, I started a poll. Everyone vote in the poll. Yo, all right, so I'm going to be real. Barrios is my boy. Barrios is a homeboy. He's on the wall. Hang on. Let me see. See, there he is. All the way at the end. That's the homeboy. That was his home gym at the time. That was the dude. That is the dude. I love Mario. God dang it, Mario. You fought a 46-year-old. A 46-year-old who hasn't won a fight since pre-COVID. There you go. Kingdom Life. Hey, make sure to tip y'all. This is a good time to remind y'all to make sure to tip your gambling advisors. Your gambling advisor, 3D Boxing, came through for y'all again, hit on two of the three locks of the week. So make sure to tip your gambling advisor. He appreciates that. It's appreciated. Super chats and cash apps are always available. Appreciate y'all. So make sure to cash app or fat dog. Cash app or super chat your gambling advisor. They are always greatly appreciated. So we did hit on two of the three locks of the week this week. So I want to cook Mario real quick. God dang it, Mario. This dude is legitimately old enough to be your father. I'm 42 years old. 42 years old. Manny Pacquiao turned pro when I was in middle school. That's not a joke. Manny Pacquiao turned pro in 1995. I was in the middle school. I was in middle school when Manny Pacquiao turned pro. How do you not beat this guy? Come on, Mario Barrios. God dang, bro. Holy hell. You just outwork him, out hustle him. He's 46 years old. After the first round, the dude looked gas, man. And you had to win the last three rounds on every card to get a draw. God dang, Mario. There is no one who can fumble the ball like Mario. God dang, bro. Holy hell. My God, that is my homeboy too. But my God, how do you can't beat Mario? I had it a draw. I'll be honest. I had it a draw. I gave Barrios the last four rounds to get it even. My God, holy hell, Mario Barrios, you fought a geriatric for crying out loud. For God's sakes, you fought a guy who's he's 46 years old. I'm 41. I'll be 42 next month. When Pacquiao turned pro, I was in middle school. God dang, bro. You can't beat him? I get it's a legend. It's Pacquiao. It's one of the all-time greats. But holy hell, Barrios. The footwork is still a disaster. Barrios is everything that's wrong with boxing. You're 30. He's 46. God dang. You know, Pacquiao got children who's 30. Ain't Pacquiao got kids that are Barrios' age? Hell, man. All right, let me get to some of these super chats. Hit one for me. Thoughts on the Usyk KO? I wasn't surprised. Usyk was dominant, and then he scored. It's not a surprise. But damn, I knew that Mario was going to be a draw. He didn't want to let his hands go. God dang it, Mario! You're fighting a 46-year-old. Put him out of his misery. What's good, King? What's good, King? Got that five-legger hit. There you go, Kingdom. That's what it's all about. Kyle Hayden in the house. What up, Kyle? What was you bragged to us, Kingdom? What was your five-legger? Assad. Hey, Gary. What's good? What up, Assad? It's good to have you aboard. But you can tell him what you said in my chat. God dang. Barrios is everything that's wrong with boxing. Barrios came up. He did not have a spectacular amateur career. He had an okay amateur career, right? He's 6'1", 6'6'1", 122, 126. You can go look up his boxing if you don't believe it. He started his career as 122, 126, like that, fighting a Cowboy Dance Hall in San Antonio. And, they just rushed him along. He was just win and advance and try to get him to a world title as quickly as possible. And his body fell out and it filled out, and they tried to keep him at 130 too long. But they never taught him how to fight, right? Like, they just kept pushing him, kept moving him along, quick. And he never learned how to fight. Like, he never learned how to fight. I know that sounds crazy, but he still crushes his feet. He still makes 1,000 sloppy mistakes. He's still sloppy as hell. And it's like, God dang it, Mario. How are you this bad? $20 super chat for Rock. Appreciate you. My 8-leg hit. There you go. There you go. Not muscles. Rocket coming through. Shout out to you, guy. 8-leg hit. There you go, Rocket, my dude. There you go. Big up, Rocket. I didn't pick Mario out of nepotism. I didn't pick. I picked him because Pacquiao 46 years old and hasn't fought in 6 years. My God, holy hell! That's why I picked him, because I thought Pacquiao being any decent welterweight was impossible. Well, impossible is nothing. Barrios sucks. You got that right. Mario didn't want to finish the old man. Mario couldn't finish the old man. Mario needed to rally late to get a draw. God dang it, Mario. Bad weekend for me. It's not great. There you go, King. King, step up, King. I missed the U.S. card. The Bam Rodriguez. Bam fought really well. He got a 10th round stoppage. He kept Cafu in the corner. Are you talking about Usyk? Are you talking about Barrios and Pacquiao? Or are you talking about Bam? There were 2 U.S. cards today. Draw is probably the fairest. I had it a draw. Guys, vote in the poll. Do vote in the poll. I want to see everyone's vote. Draw is probably the fairest. I think so. I had it a draw. And I gave Barrios last 4 rounds to get it there. I had 6-2 Pacquiao. And then I have, Kingdom won 632, only lost 170. Let's go, Kingdom. Nice. The fight looks scripted to me. You guys think the fight was fixed? You guys think it was fixed? Look, if Barrios fixed it to be a draw, he's super smart, because now he's going to get a rematch. He's going to get the fight again to get another $5 million payday. Keep the bag rolling. PBC likes him, man. PBC definitely likes Mario. They keep giving Mario the bag, bro. They like him. And that's good for him. He's a good dude. I like Mario. He's a good kid. I gave it to Mario because of the clean punch. It was you guys had it for Mario. I don't mind that. I don't mind how you had it. The fight was very, very close. Barrio should be ashamed. You ain't never lied, Assad. You ain't never lied. Barrio showed too much respect to Pac-Man. You think so, Lee? I just think Barrio sucks, bro. Barrio shows too much respect to I'm going to do on this one, Lee. You guys think it was Pacquiao did not want to hurt the legend? I mean, it's possible, but Maybe the worst WBC welterweight champ in history. Shots fired. He's too patient. Surprised Floyd didn't. Yeah, Floyd. I'll rematch him. I'll fight him again. I had him on multiple parlays too. Well, it pushed then. It pushed. Who kept peddling Zoo? It was annoying. He's whack. I picked him. I wasn't high on him, but I picked him. That gets voided for those of us who took Barrios, though, right? Yeah, as long as you took him on a money line. If you took him by stoppage, if you took him by decision or whatever, then it doesn't. But if you just took Barrios money line, yeah, that voids. Barrios only fights in one gear, zero urgency. Go if you took Barrios money line, correct. Not for real? Is that for real? In Australians, drawers don't void the bet? Interesting. We have three-way bet. Barrios sucks. Yeah, wasn't good. Wasn't good. Dang it, dude. Yeah, well, they usually get better odds for it, too. Barrios equals the fight. We're going to just roast Barrios. God dang it, bro. I feel bad for Zoo. That cut ruined his career. You got to bounce back. You got to come back from things. The cut was bad. Fighters have cuts. I had Usyk, Gary Russell, and Barrios. Then I had the over half a knockdown for Usyk, Dubois, Pitbull, Cruz, and Pacquiao. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. I had Usyk, check. Gary Russell, check. And Barrios, void. Oh, and then it's two parlays you had. And then I had the over on half a knockdown for Usyk, Dubois, hit, Pitbull, Cruz. Well, that's okay. That was Pitbull, Cruz versus Salcedo, or that was Pitbull, Cruz versus Fiora? Did that void or not? Because the two of these bets, did two of these void or Mario is dead to me? That's certainly understandable. God dang it. Guys, remember to tip your gambling advisor. We got hit 2 of the 3 locks again. We made money this week. Remember to tip your gambling advisor. He has to do this full time, so he needs to eat too. I set it up so I make money. That was smart, Rafa. It was smart. And then it hit both ways for you. Zoo's low IQ fight technique ruined his bum career. Yeah, I think Rebel makes a fair point. Mario's bitch ass ain't want to throw his hands. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. I'm still up for the weekend, but all I got to say is Barrios is either the most overrated champion of my lifetime. That was a sparring match. I'm going to address this more on tomorrow, so I'm going to go live twice tomorrow. I haven't got live twice. It's been a while, so I'm going to go live twice tomorrow. I'll give you guys lots of content, and I want to talk about this. I bet Edmondson and Joette, but made it up with Usyk and Max Holloway. I didn't get. I was obviously at the Joette. I was at the Bam Rodriguez fight, so I didn't get to watch Joette Gonzalez. I heard the decision was bogus. I didn't get to see it. What did y'all think? Did y'all think the Joette Gonzalez Brandon Figueroa decision was dog water? I didn't see it, so I don't know. I'm just going by what I heard. I stayed away from the Pac fight and Tim fight. Nope. Was Edmondson right? I don't think so. No, it was close, but I don't think so. Both my parlays hit 10 parlay win streak. I'm looking to make the top rank cut. Let's go. That's the kind of streak you need to get, my dude. Assad, I can't say so, but Joey was. Joette was. I think he's talking about Joette Gonzalez when he says Joey. I think that autocorrect. Usyk is unstoppable, most dominant heavyweight in a long time, and he's not even a natural heavyweight. True statement, 79, true statement. I knew Bam wouldn't go the distance. Good call. Yeah, I figured you meant Joette. Usyk is one of the GOATs. He's on a short list. Can he retire now? before he damages his legacy by fighting into his 40s, can he just retire now? Like I've been saying, Usyk is the greatest cruiserweight of all time, and he's the best heavyweight of his era. What else does he have to prove? Not a damn thing. So just retire. Looks like he got paid not to hurt Pacquiao. Do you guys think that? I mean, there's something wrong. Well, that's a good question, Go. Why is Barrios 30 and already seems to be a shell of himself? He never learned how to fight. He starts to fade. He's just not what he was. He's been in some tough fights. He's been in wars, and he never learned how to fight. That's the problem. I'm tired of PBC hype jobs. Feed Pandora to Bacham and feed Barrios to Norman. Let's do Barrios and Norman. Let's do it. Lappin sucks too. He got a robbery win. I know y'all saw that. I don't think so. You guys think we gotta have some poll questions? I meant you when I said that. I didn't take Barrios. What was this? Not us, might be. It's all good. Shout out Cafu for giving Bam a fight. You know, we used to drill. The ropes are hot. Stay off the ropes. Stay off the ropes. If you touch the ropes, you'll get burnt. Stay off the ropes, right? Like the ropes are on fire. Stay off the ropes. Cafu never got off the ropes. Like Cafu fought hard. But get off the ropes, bro. Step forward. Manhandle him. Push him. Do something. You can't just stay on the ropes. And he literally stayed on the ropes for all 30 minutes of that fight. It was ridiculous. Cafu, get off the ropes, my dude. Get off the ropes. Get the fight to the center of the ring. Try to keep him at the end of your punches. Next week, going to be easy money. Bet put the house on Xander. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. The cut didn't ruin his career. The truth is, Tim is not very good. No, it's Pandora. I think this is facts. Lee Van coming through with the $5 super chat. I made money thanks to Usyk, best heavyweight in my lifetime. Yeah, I'm trying to argue with that. I mean, I'm not sure how old Lee is. I don't think he's better than Lennox Lewis, but he's the best heavyweight since Lewis. I don't know how old Lee is, but thank you for the $5 super chat. But yeah, I think this is a completely sober, reasonable chat. I mean, if you're not old enough to have seen Lennox Lewis, then I think this is definitely true. Do you think Pacquiao actually hurt Barrios at any point? Not seriously. Remember when Mario had that suspect knockdown in the tank fight? That shit was fixed. They love Mario because he follows the script. Mario deserves everything he gets today. Cook him. Yo, for my tomorrow live stream, I want everyone in here cooking Mario. Everybody in the sound of my voice, come up with a Mario meme, joke, punchline, gif, whatever. Tomorrow's episode is Let's Cook Mario Barrios. You weren't wrong about Russell. He was cruising that fight. Ammo fight was a banger. Figueroa isn't that guy. Yeah. Russell, I knew the guy Russell was fighting. I know him well. Hugo Castaneda. I've scouted. There were people who thought he was good a long time ago. No, yeah. I knew how that was going to go. Shout out Adu. Sorenka let me down. Yeah, I was disappointed in Sorenka. He pretty much got his ass kicked by a guy I think who sucks. Yeah, next week I'm hitting over 20K. Promise. Let's go. You're live. I think we'd see. I did. Well, I wanted to. I wasn't going to, but then I got home and I wanted to cook. I wanted to cook my homie. Barrios is my guy. I consider Barrios a friend of mine. His original trainer, Rick Nunez, is my best friend in the boxing business. That was ridiculous. Edmondson and Joette. won in my opinion. I don't know what the Edmondson won. I didn't see a Joette fight. Rob and Edmondson fight, but Joette was Rob for sure. I didn't see Joette because I was at the Bam fight. Looking at the upcoming boxing schedule, there really isn't anything eye-opening until September, Canelo Crawford. But we can still make money, Gotti. We can still make money, and we will. Jeff Stanko fumble the bag. Fair enough. What's next? What's next week look like? I sent some fights for the weekend in the Discord. I'll get to it in a minute. I took Bam over. There you go. I love Bam on the over. Bam, stop it. There you go. Barrios voided over on the Cruz fight. Russell money line. Usyk money line. Over on McCumbee fight. Hit that one. And we did. Hell yeah, we did. 79. Me and 79 talking about it for months. This Barrios sucks. We just thought he could do it. I didn't say he was good. I thought he beat the geriatric dude. Pacquiao is 46 and hasn't won a fight since pre-COVID. Oh my God. Hey, Gotti TV next week at Top Right Card is putting on a stellar card. Yeah, they got a good card next week. Atwama on the rise, Lee Van, that will change. Sounds like Usyk doesn't want to retire. He said 38 is only to be. Why keep fighting though? You can already feed the average salary in Ukraine is like $3,000 or $6,000, something like that. He's made hundreds of millions of dollars. Why is he still fighting? He could retire and feed Ukraine 10 times a day, every day for the rest of his life. I see Shushu, but who else? So ready for next week. Got 3 or 4 girl fights. Easy. Let's go. In my lifetime, it's either Usyk or Lennox, and I think that Lennox is the GOAT heavyweight. Might be the best fantasy fight I can think of, though. It's a great fight. He might be the only one that can stop Usyk. Did you see Amel's opponent quit? Yeah, I did. I know Ivan. I know Ivan well. He's a Houston guy. I know him well. Did he quit? He didn't want to continue. You know. Barrios is there for the taking. I lost money on Joette. Solomon Dakar was mad odds. I thought Dakar sucks. I'm not gonna act like I saw that coming. I don't know if he'll ever fight Usyk, but he looks like he's going to be an all-time great. Nick Ball next weekend is a lock. Can't see Usyk as the GOAT heavyweight when he only has 8 fights. 6 of those fights were against the same boxers. Well, okay. Look, Havelock, it's fair. Like, does he have the greatest resume? How are we phrasing this question? Does he have the greatest resume of any heavyweight? No, he doesn't. His resume is really good. But here's the question. How many heavyweights in their prime ever? How many heavyweights ever in their prime could be this version of Usyk? Not many. Not many is the answer. You know, I go back to my lifetime. The only name that comes up to me is Lennox Lewis. He beats Tyson. He beats Bo. He beats Holyfield. He beats the Klitschko's. He beat Joshua. He beat Fury. He would beat. So, you know, what I'm saying is just in the history of boxing, how many heavyweights beat him? I get it. Yeah, you're right. When you look at the totality of his resume in heavyweight, he turned pro in heavyweight in 2019. And then, you know, COVID happened and it came. Okay, I got it. But look, his resume is not bad. Look, this is it's short and it's not a you know, it's not a very exhaustive resume at heavyweight. I grant you that. Dubois, Fury, Dubois, AJ, Chisora. Scratch that. That's pretty good. Chisora, AJ, Dubois, Fury, Dubois. That's pretty good. That's a lot of you. Give me heavyweights in recent memory that have more quality wins than that. There's not a lot. There's not. Lewis. I tell you this right now. Usyk has more quality wins at heavyweight than Evander Holyfield. He probably has more high quality heavyweight wins than Mike Tyson does. It's not bad. Like, those are all top names I gave you. Those are all top, probably 5 heavyweights at the time that he fought him. Give Usyk his flowers. Yo, I see that we all in the we in the green. We in the green for sure. Cafu corners a pussy was 1 round away from making an extra $100. I hear you, real. I hear you. His last fight, Barrios, looked good. It was Ugas, and he still got busted up in that fight. Lewis lost to a journeyman. It wasn't a journeyman, but yeah. Usyk never been caught slipping. It's like, that's fair. But if I love Usyk. I've been saying since like 2017 that Usyk's gonna run through the heavyweight division whenever he goes there. You don't have to sell me on Usyk. I think Usyk is probably a top 20 fighter to ever live. But if you put prime Lennox Lewis in the ring against prime Usyk, prime Lewis versus this version of Usyk, Lewis wins. Lewis was getting the Social Security workers can apparently beat the most ass world champions in the world. How do you call yourself a world champion and nearly lose to a man who's close to being a nursing home patient? Bro, it's not okay. Social Security, I got you, real. We'll get into next week. Flaggy is like, I told 79 before the fight, I'll bet against him reasonably from here on out. Nick Ball has been on fire, has been free money for me for a year and a half. Well, look, the fight with Raymond Ford was one of the best fights I can remember. It was as close as it can get. I wouldn't call that free money, but he's made you a ton of money. He has. If you bet on Nick Ball, he's made you a ton of money. Can you push Goodman around like he did Vargas? Raymond Ford. I'm going to get the tape quickly on that. Lennox isn't the only heavyweight in the past 30 years that could beat Usyk, and I think he beats the Kubi bastard down. Lennox is the only heavyweight in the past 30 years that could beat Usyk. I agree. I wouldn't say he's a Kubi bastard, but I do think Lewis would beat him. Very true, Havlock, but he's beat the top dogs of heavyweight division in his era and twice each. That's very difficult. I agree. What he did is incredibly difficult. Usyk, not sure if he competes with Holyfield or Tyson. He's not a natural heavyweight. But hey, hang on. First off, when Holyfield turned pro, he was 225. I mean, when Holyfield turned pro, he was 175. His pro debut, he was a light heavyweight. So he's not a natural heavyweight either. And look, I'll pull it up. So Usyk is the size of the heavyweight. Now we just have these behemoths. But look, I have this up, right? Yeah. He's 6'3", and he weighs 223, 226, 227. So he weighs between 220 and 230, and he's 6'3". That's not small. So you said Holyfield and Tyson. We'll look at both versions of Holyfield, and you tell me, and then we'll look at Tyson. So Usyk was 6'3", 220 to 230. Evander Holyfield, 6'2.5". We'll round that up. We'll call it 6'3". And we'll look at the best versions. We'll look at the one that beat Tyson twice and Mora and all those guys. 222, 218, 215, 218, 214, 217, 215. So we'll say 215 to 220. So Usyk's going to have him by 5 to 10 pounds, and they're the same height. Now let's look at the one that was, I think, is the best version of Holyfield. The pre-steroid Holyfield. Alex Stewart, James Douglas, George Foreman, Pinklin Thomas, 210, 208, 207, 212. 210, 208, 208. So that Holyfield was 210. Pre-steroid 210, post-steroid 220. Either way, Usyk is bigger. Now let's look at Tyson. Tyson, 5'10", and we'll look at peak Tyson. 221, 216, 215, 216, 218, 218. So Tyson, 215 to 220, 5'10". Usyk's bigger than him. The idea that Usyk is way too small just isn't true. You can only beat people in front of you. I agree. And he's put the best fighters in front of him. We can't argue that he didn't. Usyk's fought the best guys in front of him. He put the best guys in front of him. Boxing, absolutely. He will. Goodman, no power. I'm interested in this fight. But Lewis still avenged all his losses. He did. The Broad and Koval corner waved it off. Why are they letting the Broad make the call on that? Good question. Can we stop with Broads? Can we stop? Like, I got to hang out with Nonito and Rachel Donaire. Really nice people. Like him a lot. But why does Nonito let Rachel run his life and his career? Why? Like, she should be at home with the babies. They got wonderful kids. They're my age. Nito's a year older than me. I remember him from the amateurs. He's a year older than me. You know who runs that marriage. You know who's in charge there. He's the millionaire. He's the world-class Hall of Fame athlete. Why does she run the show? You know she does. Why does Rachel run the show? Barrios was the last one on my parlay to win on 2 separate parlays, and he wanted to show love instead of fight. Now he gets paid, keeps his belts, and I lose money for betting on his. Well, he didn't lose money. If you bet him on the money line, it's just voids. Unless you're in Australia, apparently. Usyk loses to Lewis. Joe Lewis or Lennox Lewis? Tyson was a devastating body puncher or Holyfield. Oh, he loses to Tyson, who was it? He doesn't lose to Holyfield. Get the hell out of here and lose to Holyfield. I'm a Holyfield stan. He doesn't lose to Holyfield. I agree. He loses to Lennox Lewis. He definitely beats Tyson. He would befuddle Tyson. Mike Tyson is the most overrated fighter of all time. He's on a short list. I don't disagree. Name one credible win who gives it. Yeah, I tend to agree. Roy should be in the bedroom, not in the corner. They should be at home, taking care of the family. Like, well, yeah, seriously. I gotta wrap this up in a minute, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna get through all of these. Nick Ball hardly passed forward. He just got rocked 3 times in that fight. Picasso fight was close. Picasso looks like he didn't have much on his shots. That's true. Gary, tell me your thoughts on the Mayweather-Roy Jones Jr. beef. I'm going to leave it at this. Here's what I'm going to say about this. Write this down. There were several years when Floyd was in his prime and Roy was at the very tail end of his prime. 2001, 2002, 2003. And Roy was the best fighter in the world. It wasn't even close. Everyone knew Roy Jones Jr. was the best fighter in the world. And that was Roy at the very tail of his prime. No one ever asked, is prime Floyd Mayweather as good as Roy Jones Jr.? Of course he wasn't. Floyd is the best fighter post Roy Jones. You know who beats a prime Roy Jones? Nobody. Roy Jones Jr. is the best fighter of all time. Not the greatest, didn't have the greatest career in his prime. Do you know what fighter who ever lived beats prime Roy Jones Jr.? Nobody. He still beat Ford. All right, I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. Holy Zeus to the kills. God dang right he was. Tyson is overrated. Tyson is so overrated. Gary is sickening. Don King admitted openly he kept Mike away from Lennox and Holyfield as long as he could. Yeah, those guys have always beaten him. I agree, real. I'm going to do like 4 more of it. Let me check my poll. Guys, vote in the poll if y'all have not already. Go vote in the poll. I'm going to close this poll out. Yeah, you guys, close. All right, y'all continue voting in the poll. I'm gonna leave it open for a few more minutes. But y'all got y'all think Pacquiao won overwhelmingly. 53%, 23%, 23%. So yeah. Pacquiao winning this poll. Y'all thought Pacquiao won. First Tyson fight, he took some monstrous shots. He did. The guy fought 5 to 10 times a year, though. I think he would get smashed by. I like Bo, but you guys are sleeping on Usyk. Tyson is the Eminem of boxing. People who don't watch boxing say he's the GOAT when he's not even close. I agree, Box. People who don't listen to hip hop say M is the GOAT when he's not even close. No, I think that's a great analogy from Box from 79. If Oliver McCall heard you say, can we stop with the broads? He'd run 75 miles out through the desert. That's true. That's true. No lies detected. She's had better days, but yeah. Prime Rachel Donaire. You're not kicking her out of bed for eating crackers. Usyk beats every heavyweight champion ever. Roy Jones in his prime is the greatest boxer ever. That is correct. Mike's ability is unquestioned, but who gives a shit if he doesn't complete what he could have been? He loved coke he loved coke and asked more than being the best. That appears to be true. Roy is the best in his prime ever, hands down. Yep. You know who beats a prime Mayweather? Nobody. Mayweather is the GOAT, hands down. Who beats a prime? I did a list on this. Who beats a prime? Paul Williams. Paul Williams would have beat him. Who else beats him? Duran beats him. For sure. It's a short list, and the list is going to be Paul Williams and a bunch of great fighters. Who beats him? Sure. Yeah, those are the names that come to mind. You got to have a jab. You got to be strong. You got to push him around. You got to add jab. Ike Quartet. I know that sounds ridiculous, but possibly. Salvador Sanchez moves up to 130 and beats him. The referee in a band fight was terrible, blocking the cameras a lot. That's true. My wife, we were at the fight, and my wife was like, can he move? Fights next week, champ. Yeah, big week next week. I'm not going to get into it today. We've been live for 40 minutes already. I will spend a lot of time on it tomorrow. Coca, yeah, no, I got you. McDonough and Castillo. Castillo beat him. I know. You know what? I thought McDonough won the second fight, not the first fight. What's the next one, Dora? You reckon? You reckon apart from Harvard? If Roy Jones would have retired after beating John Ruiz, he would have been cemented as the greatest fighter ever. I agree, and that's why I think Usyk is just retired now. You're only going to hurt your legacy. All right, guys, I got through all this. I'm going to wrap. It's been a 40-minute stream. I did not think I was going to go this long. Thank y'all for dropping by. Love y'all. I will be live twice tomorrow. I will go. I'll let you guys know the time. I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep. It's been a long couple of days. What was up with the weird corner moment in the Manny fight? I don't know. The dude in the maroon just mean mugged Thomas Taylor and wasted like 30 seconds. That was that was an attempt to buy time. Thanks, Gary. Good seeing you guys on the live. Yeah, guys, thank you. Good seeing you get on the live tonight. Yeah, thank you, David. Thanks for dropping by. I'm tired. I'm getting delusional. I got to get some sleep. Y'all be good. July 20th, 2025 from Texas to the world. Thank y'all, and God bless. Oh, wait, let me close out my poll. Well, gotta close out my poll. Yeah, you guys overwhelmingly thought Pacquiao won the fight. I am bugging. I can't close. Here it is.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.